12, the new Chet's. With Chet's back in the group, our confidence is rising. It seems like his alien transformation hadn't gone far enough to cause any permanent damage. He coughed up the other pincer, and where his skin was peeling, I can now see new pinkish-brown human skin underneath. We're making our way back to my room to collect the rest of the moss, which we need for the next stage of our plan. Says Chet for the 20th time. Don't think it works anymore, Chet, Kat says, which is a good thing, right? I don't know, I kind of didn't like the pincers, but the balls of venom were kind of cool. Imagine what I could do with them. Send anyone to sleep whenever I wanted. The spitballs were gross, man, Max says. I can't believe you want them back. Yeah, the Chets we knew would be disgusted, I say, looking across at my best friend, who has a new air of something about him. Turning into an alien changes you, literally and also emotionally, he says. We all laugh. It's so good to have him back. I'm sorry for the things I said to you, Lance, he says. You're my best friend and you've always had my back. Deep breaths. I can explain why I trapped Trent in the toilets and why I didn't tell you about it. I know you did it for a good reason, Chet says. You don't need to explain. Let's talk about it once we're out of this flipping crater. Oh my gosh, Chet said and almost swear, Kat gasps. You really have changed. Welcome to the new me. Chet smiles and starts trying to walk with what I think is supposed to be a gangster swagger. Chet, I say, you're a straight savage. All is quiet in the corridor. We tiptoe down the steps to my room and quietly open the door, expecting to find Trent sleeping with the CPAP on again. But he's not there. That's weird, says Kat. I would have thought that Trent would be too scared to go out on his own. I wonder if he got caught. Matt walks over to the bed and checks underneath it just in case. There's no sign of a struggle, I say, and if the bug eyes knew he was here, they'd be waiting for us too. So where is he then? Says Chet. We look around the room, all of us blank, and then that's when I realise something else is missing too. Guys, the bag of moss, I say. It's not here. The CPAP is missing too, says Mac. Mac and Kat start opening the drawers and checking under the duvet, but I know where it's gone. Trent's taken them, I say. He's taken them and gone for the gate to try to escape. He's saving himself, Kat gasps. Of course he is, says Mac. Why the hell did we trust him? This is bad. Really bad. We can't run the plan without the tardigrades. Can we get some more? Chet asks. We took all of it, Kat says. There was nothing left at the gate and all the rest got dug up when they made the ditch. The ditch runs all the way around the crater, says Chet, except for by the road, and... A noise from outside the door makes us jump. The door handle turns. Someone's coming into the room. I look around. There's nowhere to hide, no way to escape, no weapons to hand. Brace yourselves, guys, I whisper. We need to bundle in together. 1, 2, the door starts to open. I see a hand and a shoe. 3, I yell, and we all jump on the person coming in. Get off, it's me, a familiar voice shrieks at us. Aid, Kat says, and her death grip headlock becomes a tight hug. You made it, I knew you'd make it. Matt is grinning like a mad person. I'm so happy I can't say anything. She's dirty, has a few scratches and scrapes in a torn t-shirt sleeve, but she's okay. She was right, she was more than capable. I should have trusted her. Good to see you, Chet, says Adrienne. Good to see you too. Chet hugs her. So, where are we with the plan, she asks once we've all calmed down a bit. It was going great, I say, as you can see from Chet's lack of creepy pincers and alien eyes, but... Trent did a runner with the Tardimoss, Max says. What a swine, Adrienne says. Not that I'm shocked. I always thought you liked Trent, Chet says, looking a bit confused. In spite of the really, really bad situation we're all in, we all start to laugh. What? Says Chet. I'll tell you later, Aid says, taking off her backpack, But first you might want to take a look at what I've got in here. She unzips her bag. It's crammed full of slimy green moss. How? Kat says. I went to the river to try and lose the bug eyes, says Aid, and there was lots of it there. I thought I might as well grab some. Legend, I say. We're back in business. It's 6:30pm and we slink through the centre, back to our old friend the kitchen. Thanks to Chet's inside information, we know that the bug eyes will eat dinner at exactly 7pm, and we worked out for ourselves what they'll be eating. The kitchen is lined with shelves full of giant tubs and packets of different foods. We find the shelf we need and look at our options. They've already had tomato, chicken and leek and potato, I say. They'll want something different to keep a balanced nutritional content, says Chet's. So there's lentil, chunky mushroom or farmhouse vegetable. We'll be able to disguise it best in the farmhouse vegetable, I say. Look at all the lumps of green in there. There's no way they'll notice some handfuls of moss. Good call, says Mac, and he starts pushing all the other flavours of soup to the higher shelves, while the rest of us open the tubs of farmhouse vegetable and crumble in the moss. We give the soup a good stir, put the lids back on, and by the time we're finished, you can't tell that the soup has been tampered with. We place the moss soup right at the front of the shelf that's easiest to access. How are we going to make sure they eat it? Kat says. Leave that to me. Chet pulls his Crater-Lake sunglasses out of his pocket. The rest of you should hide. They'll be here any minute. Aid, Kat, Mac and I take refuge in our trusty safe house, aka the fridge, leaving Chet's to work his undercover magic. Are you sure Chet's is up to this? Mac whispers. He can do it, I say. Oh look, it's Mr. Tompkins, Kat says as the kitchen door opens and 2 bug-eye workers walk in. The 4 of us peek very carefully through the tiny opening we've left so we can spy out of the fridge. He's ruined his special t-shirt. He's going to be really upset about that when this is all over, says Adrienne. R.I.P. t-shirts, I say. It's the end of an era. Life will never be the same again. There's Khalil, says Mac. Mr. Tompkins and Khalil hanging out together, making some soup. At last, Chet says to them as they walk across the kitchen. I've been hunting excessively all day. My body needs sustenance. Proper nourishment is vital to these soft bodies, Mr. Tompkins says. We will prepare the food with all due haste. Good, says Chet. I shall help you to prepare the nourishment. He picks a tub of farmhouse vegetable off the shelf and passes it to Khalil. We are grateful for your assistance, Hunter, but should you not return to your duties, the human prey is still loose in the crater. We cannot allow them to hinder us. I am the hunter, and I will decide the best use of my time. Chet thumps his fist down on the counter in an aggressive way that I didn't think Chet was capable of. Of course, Hunter, as you wish, Mr. Tompkins says, and he starts pouring the mossy surprise into a huge pot on the cooker. When the nourishment is hot, serve it immediately, Chet says. I will perform one more circuit of the crater before I join the hive for my sustenance. He walks out of the kitchen. Mr. Tompkins and Khalil finish warming the soup, then they carry it from the kitchen in the steaming pot. You don't think the water bears have been cooked to death, do you? Kat says. They should be fine. Remember, they can survive extreme conditions, including really hot or really cold. They're probably swimming around in that soup having a tardy party, says Mac. Did you see me? Chet comes running in. How awesome was I? You were so convincing, says Adrienne. I've never heard you speak that way before. It was weird. You did great, Chets, I say, but it's going to be hard to convince Hosh and Digger you're still a bug-eye. Are you ready for this? I'm ready, he says. Then let's prepare for the final stage, I say. It's all or nothing now.